and beyond. Nothing too hard for us to overcome. Work hard in.
I met a gentleman who used to be in charge of Grace Kennedy before Douglas O'Rain. And I used to go and look for his daughter. And he asked me the same question. So Stephen, what is your plan? What are you going to do with your life? How are you going to invest? You're spending so much money going to parties and doing this and doing that. Where is that carrying you? And I said to myself, why every time we sit down with these guys, they ask these questions? And I started to think about it. And then he said to me one day, he called a couple of us. We used to play dominoes and that sort of stuff. And he said, come, I want all of you to come down and sit down and listen to me. He said, all you youngsters spending all this money going to party and doing everything, I want you to start investing. So 5 of us said, okay, you know, what is the plan? 5 of us came together and bought 44 acres of farmland in Bush. This was an old abandoned banana walk in Port Antonio, agricultural land. But we didn't figure out what the hell we were going to do with it, but somebody said to us, you need to invest in it. Now, at that time, it was cheap, because it was agricultural land, and where it was, there was no houses, no road, no nothing. But it was the best thing I ever did in my life, and let me explain why. 4 years after buying that land, somebody came to me and said, sell me your portion. My contribution at the time was $11,000. I sold that land for almost $27,000, so more than double the money in 4 years. With the $27,000 in my hand, I said to myself, well, if I put it in car or party or shoes, I'm going to waste the money. And a family member was moving away to Canada, had some land, no house, just a piece of land up in Forest Hills. And she was selling it for $120,000. So I took the $27,000 and paid down on it. And I went to the credit union and got a loan and started to save and pay the mortgage on that piece of land. 4 years after that, I had no money to develop it, build any house on it or anything like that. But Peter Moody, who used to race motor cars, his father had the land beside it, and they wanted to do a development. And he said to me, Stephen, sell me that piece of land, no? No, I paid down $27,000, and in 4 years of paying the mortgage at the time, I don't think I'd paid another $7,000 or $8,000 yet on it. So I maybe spent $35,000 so far. But remember, when I bought the land, the purchase price was $120,000. I sold that land for $270,000. Okay. I took that money and I bought another piece of land in Stony Hill. And 7 years after that, I built a house on that land, and I sold it 2 years ago for over $20 million. That money went towards buying the house that I currently live in. And that house, I have prime ministers come there for dinner. Anybody and everybody can come there and feel comfortable. Okay? But the journey, a lot of youngsters like yourself, because my daughter is 18 years old and my son is 16. A lot of youngsters come there and see this beautiful house. And them say, why? I want to get a job like Mr. Sykes so I can afford a house like this. Because they believe that within 5 years of working as an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer or an Indian chief that you can buy a $45 million house. It don't work like that. But that is the expectation of a lot of people. Now, the bigger problem is this. The longer it takes you to make that first decision to invest in either yourself or into something for yourself, is the longer it takes you to come out of the rut of poverty. If as youngsters you sit down with a friend who is coming from a family that has a father in the family, and you compare him to some of the friends who are coming out of families without a father, you will find that in many cases, the youngsters coming out of a family with a father, the boys are more determined, they're more ambitious, they're more focused, because the father is there at the right time when they are teenagers to help to direct them. We have an outlook at our company that we have been successful because we have been a successful company. We think it is our duty to give back. But you can't simply give back for the sake of giving back. When we give back, it is an investment. When Empress came to us and told us about Talk Up Youth and what she's trying to do, she's trying to fix some of the issues with youngsters, and we want to give youngsters a chance to speak out and find solutions for themselves. I said to myself, this is a good program, and I will invest in it. People call it sponsoring, donating, whatever, but we think about it as investing, because if she spends 2 or 3 hours with you guys today, and at the end of this 2 or 3 hours, it makes a mark on you, and when you leave here, you are more mature, you think about things differently, then my investment is good. You agree? Yes, sir. Okay. So we invest in Talk Up Youth. Somebody came to us, and I'm going to be quick about this one, and told us that children don't have crayons. And my boss said, what that mean? I said, well, you know, when the children don't have crayons, they can't learn motor skills, they don't learn to share. Because I didn't realize this. If you put 5 children around a table and a box of crayons, it forces them to learn to share. Because you can't color the picture with one color alone. So if you don't use the color and then somebody else and get another color, you don't learn to share. No basic school. We have 2,700 basic schools in Jamaica. None of them had the tools to teach the children the basic skills that they need to learn to go into primary school to learn. And I said, wow. So our company decided to give every single basic school in Jamaica a kit of tools so that all the children can learn. And for 4 years now, every single basic school in Jamaica, whether it's rural, uptown, downtown, inner ghetto, outer ghetto, every single basic school in Jamaica that is registered as a basic school with the Early Childhood Commission receives all the learning tools as recommended by the Early Childhood Commission, free of cost, every year for the last 4 years, to ensure that all our children in Jamaica have a chance to get where you are sitting right now. So yes, we invest in Jamaica. Okay.
Nothing too hard for us to overcome. Work hard enough for yours will surely come. God bless the youth and make them shine at the sun. The youth say my champion. Nothing too hard for us to overcome. Work hard enough for yours will surely come. God bless bless the youth and make them shine at the sun. Tell them say me ancestor blood them a flowing on me. Forward, turn back, no in a way. They use them powerful and Babylon society. So them take out them.